Alright everyone, here we go. This is an all signs reading. It's for everyone. Human beings, chipmunks, raccoons, beavers, I don't care, bears. We take them all here. Whales now. Apparently we're taking whales too. Either way, blue whale maybe. I don't know. Either way, this is a all signs reading. I've been wanting to do this one. This is covering Venus's stint through Capricorn. We're kind of stuck with it for a while because there's a retrograde of Venus around the 19th of December, and I'll pull on that specifically, though some of those elements may show up here as well. I'll pull on that around the time of the retrograde. However, we're stuck with Venus in Capricorn. I say stuck, I don't know. It can be good. Anytime a planet, I always say the main things energetically, astrologically speaking, because astrology is man-made. It's just our observations of patterns and how things are when certain planets are in alignment, etc. But most of the planetary energies, the Plutos and the Venuses and the Mercuries, it's all fairly holistic compared to the Sun, the Moon, and the Earth's magnetic field, which really, and Jupiter to a great degree, which really affect things. However, when a planet is stuck and sitting in a sign, in a space in the sky for a very long time, energy builds. That's what energy does. It builds. That's why when you go through life and you learn things and you gain wisdom, you pick up energy. It takes more energy to store all that data. Data is energy. Just like in your hard drive on your computer. The more you've got on it, the more energy it takes. The more energy that's there on the hard drive. That being said, it builds energy, and its effects will become far greater than holistic as the time rolls on. We're stuck with it for about 4 months in Capricorn, give or take, because of the retrograde that it goes in at the end of December. That said, I want to see, because this is the planet Venus, planet of love and the planet of attraction, love and money, generally speaking. I want to see what kind of effect it has. I've got my pre-shuffle here. I also want to say, Venus, and I see it here in the pre-shuffle a little bit, Venus always seems, and astrologers don't always mention this, but it's something I've spotted in my own observations. Spotting patterns is one of my superpowers. Venus is also about, I often tell you guys it's one thing to attract the right person, but you've got to be the right person when the right person arrives. Otherwise, they'll blow you off. That kind of thing. It is kind of a thing that's, it is, as you can see with my first card here, the Eight of Swords, it is making your person think, and it's going to make you do some thinking, too. It's going to make you do some thinking about why you're not attracting things, or why this, why that, why whatever. I encourage you not to overthink, as I told somebody earlier today. Do not overthink things too much. Your person, on the other hand, obviously is not listening to Steve's Love Tarot. They don't know this. So there's going to be a lot of energy coming your way here. Okay? Keep that in mind. Just let things happen. Let energy flow. Go with the flow of everything. Let the 5D sort itself out. Again, your person isn't listening. This is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you found it for a reason. Technically, it's timeless, but it is covering a specific energy that's with us here for the next 4 months or so, give or take. So, what's my pre-shuffle here? How's this affecting the DM? Because my following is primarily DF. So, here we go. It's affecting the DM with some overthinking. It's going to cause them to think a lot, and it is currently anyway. It's going to cause them to think a lot. Well, I got a sandwich here. I've got victory sandwiched between an Eight of Swords and a Four of Cups. My pooping girl in the yard. It's going to make them think about how they cost themselves victory. Now, this is one of the things that we often find in the extended readings. This person gets in their own way, they self-sabotage, and they do it because of past pain and things like that. And we know a lot of their past pains are coming up right now. Okay, they're coming up for review, primarily because of the 1111 energies, which I already pulled a reading on. That said, as we move on, as they're thinking about all that, we got the High Priestess. Again, there's a connection with you, so they're receiving data from you as you learn and grow, as the Divine Feminine learns and grows and comes into their full Empress energy. Your person picks up on that. Okay, it either causes them to run again or to try to make themselves better to come towards you. And you've seen that in other readings. You hear a reader say, you know, they're trying to get their act together so they can come towards you. It's that. They're picking up on that energy from you that you're growing. And in those specific cases, that person is trying to make themselves better to try to catch up to the Empress. But in some cases, it will make them run again if they don't want to do the work. And that's the conflict within your person. Because underneath the Five of Wands here is you, is the Empress. Best tits in the tarot right there. It's beautiful energy. It's angel category energy. It's attractive energy. You're the shit, right? You got my street name right here. She sure as hell does. But this person's conflicted about that. It's going to make them think, can I? Is this something I can do or no? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's pull a reading. It's very interesting. This is very indicative of the DM. These first 3 cards are perfect. This is, if I had to say, if someone said, Steve, give me 3 cards to describe the DMs in these situations, the runners. Well, here it is. Victory. These 3 cards right here, all right? 4 of Cups with in the center the 6 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. This right here is snatching defeat from the hands of victory. That's what it is. That's what they do. And they do it to themselves. Now Venus sitting in Capricorn. Capricorn's an earthy sign. It's very grounded. Capricorns in general are difficult to get to know, but once you get to know them and they let you in, you're there. You know, you're there for life. So it makes sense that Venus, the planet of attraction, money and love, opportunities, is sitting in this type of energy, this Capricorn-y energy, is going to give somebody pause for thought. You know, they're going to stop for a minute and start thinking. But your person's overthinking. You got to be careful about that. You got to be very careful about that. Because if you want something, you create a void, like I told you. Create a void. You set your intention, you put it out there, you create the void. You can't think about it after that. If you do, you fill the void with all your fears and all your thoughts. Right? It's kind of coincidental. I just had this conversation with somebody earlier. Either way, I knew I was going to be pulling this reading. I've been waiting to do it all week. Let's see what we got here. Shuffle the deck for the Venus in Capricorn and what's going to happen here. And I'm shortening this. I'm trying to shorten the time frame to before it goes retrograde. Okay? So, this is Venus direct. And we'll see what we get here. But I imagine some of the retrograde energies will creep in. I'm not a time lord. Nobody is. Okay. All right, here we go. Yeah. 3 of Wands. Again, she's thinking about it. She's thinking about going in the water. Should I go in? Should I not? It's really a lot of that. There's a lot of thought happening here. You're going to pick up on it, DFs. You're going to pick up on it. A lot of it's 8 of Swords from their side. It's a long stint that energy's going to build. What are they thinking about? What do you think they're thinking about? What comes after the cut? Because the 3 of Wands is, why the fuck are we here? What's in that water that she's about to get in and surf in? Huh? You. Soulmate connection. We're talking about Venus. It's the lovers right here. This is unbelievable energy off of this card, coming off of that. Unbelievable. It's somebody who's really, and this energy applies to you. It's not, I'm pulling on the DM, but you're going to be thinking about these things too. You're going to be thinking about, why do I still want this person? They're not ready. Steve says they're still cooking. Why do you want to eat uncooked food? You come over for Thanksgiving, you want me to pull the turkey out an hour and a half before it's done? Why? Because you're really hungry? Well, have a fucking donut or something. Chill out. You want to eat that turkey cooked. These are things you're going to be thinking about too. Okay? I don't want you on, I mean, I love having you at my house. You're welcome to come by, but I don't want you on my toilet the whole time you're here. I don't want to talk to you through the bathroom door with intermittent noises coming through it. I don't want that. It's not how I want to remember you. Oh, I remember them. They came out for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I remember. She was real nice. Yeah, nice tone to her farts coming through the door. It was wonderful. No, you don't eat uncooked food, and you don't want uncooked people in your life. That's why you're focusing on you. You came up as the Empress in the pre-shuffle, so you're here too. This is going to be a very interesting reading. Let's see what we got here. Venus in Capricorn. Yes, it's a long time. It's going to build a lot of energy. Give me a reading, universe. It knows what I mean by that. Give me a reading. Let's see what we got here. I've been eager to do this reading. I really have. Because I don't always like Venus in Capricorn. In my notes going back, in my own life, it's never been particularly good. But this time around, I don't know. There's a lot of other energies in play that haven't been in play before, so every year is different. You got to track it. That's my main problem with astrology, is it doesn't account for the other energies that are in play. It just says this is what happens when this is conjunct this, and this is what happens when this is this, and this. It typically, and then you write a general horoscope around it, but there's other energies. Yes, the astrology pulls on the energy I'm pulling on here, but that energy also affects what those alignments mean. There's a lot of other, and the astrology doesn't account for that. It doesn't add it in. So that's my problem with it. That's why I don't even read my horoscopes anymore. A waste of time. You know. Apparently I'm supposed to do retail therapy, according to one that I've read recently. I'm going to do some retail therapy. Okay, sure, fine. Okay. Bad advice. But anyway, right here, overall energy is the Knight of Cups. Our overall energy for the whole reading is love. Are you picking up honestly, if you're sitting out there, and I know there's a couple people out there, I don't believe in tarot, I'm just here because this guy's funny. Fine. But I'm pulling a reading. Think about it. I'm pulling random cards on a deck 72 cards thick. And I'm pulling a reading on Venus, the planet of love. And I've got love cards coming out left and right all over the place. The overall energy is love. Someone's, again, all that overthinking they're doing. Someone loves you. What's underneath it? The moon. It's secret. It's all this stuff coming up from the depths within this person that they've kept bottled up. This energy in Venus and Capricorn is going to build. We're stuck with it for a while. We're talking into next year a little bit. Okay? Underneath that, I'll go one deeper. It's the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Somebody is, and I think this is the case for most of you, even if whether they're with someone else or not. Somebody is secretly unhappy, and again, I keep getting this message from the universe that you're the reason that they keep going. Now, part of that is just energetic, because a lot of you are finding your inner empress. You're finding your self-worth, okay? And that's you're connected to this person. They're picking up on that. For some of you, your person isn't running from that, and it's causing them to change as well. And this connection in general has changed their life in general. But it's all big. This person's got a lot of secrets, all kinds of stuff here. This also tells me moon energy is going to be affecting as well. Okay? Moon energy is going to be affecting things. Huh. It's interesting. We'll have to watch the moons very carefully during this phase. Let's go. I mean, moon energy is always very powerful anyway. It stretches the earth. It's so powerful. You know, the earth actually stretches a little bit with the tides. It moves the oceans, for God's sake. It pulls them right across. All right. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how your person feels. Right here's how they feel about you. Not what they show you, not what they tell you, because that's bullshit. Right here's the hidden energy. What the universe wants you to know through me, and I'm going to tell you. And right here, it's red with these. The energy of the connection. Right here's the potential final outcome of all this. Now, I haven't stretched the time frame out much past December 19th here. We're dealing with kind of a month sort of time frame here. I'm doing my best. I'm not a Time Lord, but I know how to talk to the universe and let it know what I want. The universe doesn't have a calendar. It doesn't understand time because it doesn't exist there. But I think I've done okay. Because I want to pull a separate reading when this sucker goes retrograde in early mid-December, or around the 19th or so. All right. What's the first card out? Energy around all of this. What's the energy of the connection around Venus in Capricorn? The whole reading clarifying a Knight of Cups, somebody realizing some things. And with the energies at play, it doesn't surprise me. You know, Two of Swords, again, your person's overthinking. It's going to cause them to overthink, which is my advice to you of stop it. All right, just enjoy your holidays. Go out there, maybe retail therapy. I don't know. Distract yourself with whatever. I don't know. Two of Swords, Sarah Gilbert, Darlene from Roseanne. Wearing a blindfold. None so blind as those who will not see. But I think with a Knight of Cups here, they're gonna see. Their eyes are gonna be taped open. Let's see. Very interesting energy. I didn't tell you what I just read. I'll see if it comes out. How do they feel in their emotions? Yeah, right here. Stubborn. Yeah, there's the Burger King. It's the Burger King aspect of the out of balance Emperor. It's the King of Wands. Pride and ego. But this is about realization. What they're confused about here is, and I say this a lot of times, for a lot of you, this person, what usually works for them with other people didn't work on you. This person is confused that you're not chasing the Knight of Wands, or the King of Wands as, I hope I didn't say Knight earlier, the King of Wands as, you know, I keep calling the kings knights, and there's a reason for that. I keep doing it. It's a Freudian slip. And I keep doing it because they're not really kings. Okay? I figured that out last night, and I'm doing it again. I'm not really reading a king here. This is bullshit. Okay? This is bullshit. Whatever ego or pride they're putting out is bullshit. And Venus is probably going to erode it away. I've been calling the kings knights since Venus went into Capricorn. Okay? And I think there's a reason for that. There has to be. There's no accidents, like Bob Ross used to say. Just happy little accidents, right? You just fix it, whatever, no problem. There's no coincidences here that I'm calling these kings knights by accident. Usually they thought you'd chase them more, and they're confused that you didn't. Which is what's, again, looping back on it. They have to learn that you didn't chase them more because they were an asshole. Okay? They blew, what, you blow me off and I'm supposed to chase you? Yeah, but that's arrogant. And there is an arrogance coming off here, which would explain the Knight energy that I get off the King. Right? Because the King is wise enough to not be arrogant. An arrogant person isn't willing to learn. They think they know everything. Right? Some people mistake some of the things I say for me being arrogant. I'm not. I learn something new every day. I spend my whole life learning. I know I'll never learn as much as I need to learn in this lifetime, but I'm going to learn as much as I can. So I take it into the next. Wait till you see Steve's Love Tarot in the next life. Wow, it's going to be awesome. I'm not done yet. Right here, I'm not done learning, that's for sure. This is very cool energy here. I think somebody's going to wake the fuck up. But there's a but there. How do they feel about you and their emotions? Not what they tell you, not what they show you. It's actually more soul energy, but I'm getting emotion here. Yeah, the Fool. On the surface, they see you. It's a double energy. Side A is they see you starting a whole new life. Get your shit together. A whole adventure. You know, kind of world is your oyster kind of a thing. On the flip side of that, they want to come towards you. But again, there's a lot of pride and ego here, and they're confused. This is bookending the energy here is very strong. Bookends aside, the energy between these two cards, the cavern that's here, is very strong. It's usually this works, you know. I mean, it's like literally, this is the kind of guy I would say, usually I show them my deck and it works. It works perfect. It works every time. No problem. I show this person my deck and it doesn't work. And they, you know, and they call me an asshole, and you know, whatever. Whatever. The King of Wands makes you feel like anything's possible. The King of Wands is a bullshit artist, right? We'll fly to Paris on the first date. Yeah, no problem. And then you show up for the first date. No, I couldn't get a flight, you know, whatever. But yeah, we'll go to Paris and Las Vegas. How about that? You know, and you end up driving there instead of flying. It's that kind of bullshit. What's the hidden energy here? And again, that's just an analogy. Apply it how it applies. It's a bullshit artist. Right here. And they're bullshitting themselves here. Big time. Hidden energy red with the Two of Swords. Here, Sarah Gilbert. The universe wants you to know 10 of Cups. They see the 10 of Cups with you. It's a happily ever after card. They see that. They may even daydream that, and you may pick up on that. But they're confused. Until they figure out why they're confused, they don't have it. In other words, until the Burger King figures out that Burger King food sucks, and they need to stop serving it, this is fairyland. It's fantasy. All right, they got to figure it out. And on some level, this is fairyland too, coming towards you. But, you know, again, we've got to get past a lot of ego here. And again, we're asking the universe the effects of Venus as it builds energy, sitting in Capricorn. What effect is it going to have on the DM? This is very interesting because this energy affects every reading I'm going to be doing from here on out. So again, I'm here to study the connection. I'm studying it right in front of you. I could have just as easily pulled this reading offline for myself. But this is very interesting. This is fairyland. Ten of Cups, you two doing this on a rainbow, right? Until this person figures out, they're confused why they don't have this with you, but the answer is because they're the Burger King. Because they didn't do on their side what they were supposed to do. Meanwhile, on the Divine Feminine side, you're finding your self-worth, you're putting your fancy bikinis on, going out getting some static energy, you're finding your inner Empress, you're getting your shit together. And some of that energy is spreading into some of your DMs. That's actually confusing them too. They're like, wow. You know. So what's the final outcome here? Potential anyway. What's going to happen with Burger King? Is the health department going to come close it? I don't know. The Two of Pentacles, again, confusion. It's back and forth. They're back and forth on it. It takes a lot. This is ingrained behavior. All right? This is ingrained behavior. I'm going to clarify everything, throw some universe cards over the top. I know I didn't say that. I may not have said that, my usual thing here, but I'm very excited about this reading, so I'm kind of off and on. I'm going to pull an extended on this, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to pull on Burger King. We're all going to take a trip to Burger King in the SLT bus. All right? We're going to go down as a group. Everybody get their orders straight in advance. Let's go ahead and have somebody come around with a sheet and take notes of what everybody wants. We don't want a clusterfuck when we get in there. But we're gonna take this because they can't figure it out. It's like it's just an analogy. Don't take it literally. All right, apply it. But it's like somebody who's an asshole but doesn't know they're an asshole. And yet, no matter how much you show them they're an asshole, they can't see it. I think Venus is opening that up. I think we're going to see that when we clarify, because I can't explain the Knight of Cups as the overall energy yet. Okay? So far, what I've got is Burger King that thinks it's serving good food. And is confused why it's not sitting on a rainbow with you. Well, I mean, even if they're married, let's say your person's married, they're confused why you're just not banging them on the side, kind of a thing. Again, just an analogy. It's like they wouldn't understand, why can't I just stay with my wife and bang you? You know, like your self-worth is so low that you'd allow that, kind of a thing. It's like that. Again, just an analogy, but I'm trying to describe the stubbornness that's here. And it's an unwillingness to see that they serve bad food. So as we clarify, we go a layer deeper. Now we see the baseline effect of what Venus is doing while it's here and building its energy. Now we're going to find out, you know, what happens when the medicine hits the bloodstream. Okay? So, Two of Swords. Why is Sarah Gilbert here? Let's see. Let's find out. I'm going to clarify with a separate deck on this one. I'm going to use the animal deck. I want to go a little deeper. All right. Venus is tough to get through. You might think it's a close by planet, right? It's Earth's sister planet, in fact. But Venus is tough. It's very difficult for scientists to study it, in fact, because it's got very dense cloud cover. It's all carbon dioxide and greenhouse effect gone wild. Venus started out like Earth. it's gone through some hell, much like a lot of you have in your relationships. You've gone through hell, right? Venus spins backwards and very slow. It was hit by many years ago, billion, you know, whatever years ago. I don't know. I don't remember how long ago it was. I wasn't there. I wasn't born yet. But it was hit by a planet or an object about the size of Mars. It was hit so hard that it caused it to start spinning in the opposite direction. It stopped it and then reversed its spin in the opposite direction. And it spins very slow. But that allowed a lot of heat and a lot of carbon dioxide to build up and a lot of crap. It's like 900 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. It's very, or 700 degrees Fahrenheit, is it? I don't know. Somewhere between 700 and 900 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. It's very hard to study because there's a lot of pressure on the planet. They sent a probe down there and it gets crushed in like 5 seconds, just long enough to click off a couple of quick pictures. But you can't see through the cloud cover. So again, this is a planet, of all the planets to call the wounded warrior, I believe Venus is the actual wounded warrior planet. And most people who've been in love would say, yeah, it's a very wounded warrior effect. I don't buy the astrology on these little planetoid things, Chiron and all that stuff. That big planets are holistic, their gravitational effect on the energies. These little things, that's just astrologers looking for shit to do. It really is. It doesn't have any. I've never felt something like Chiron. I've never felt Chiron in the energy, not one time. I don't even, I'm like, that ain't there. I don't feel that. I think whoever the wounded warrior planet is, I think it's Venus, to be honest. Based on what I just told you, it got hit by something the size of Mars, punched in the gut. It pretty much describes every love relationship, doesn't it? Venus got punched in the gut, and it spins backwards now, very slow. It's healing. Venus is healing. It really is. It's that kind of thing. It's very fitting that it's the planet of love. It's very, very fitting indeed. So let's see here. Just a little tidbit of science for you to help you out. All right, there you go. Two of Swords. Why Sarah Gilbert here, Animal Deck? Tell me. Crossing this is love. It's the King of Cups. He holds the Ace of Cups. It's love. Look, it's a love reading. I got no cups except for this from the universe, which says there is love here. But this is a separate message. This isn't really the reading. This is me talking to the universe. In the main reading, I don't have cups except for the Knight of Cups right here. That's why I said I'm confused. Why is this here? Well, now I know. This is fantasy land until Burger King figures it out. But the King of Cups is crossing Sarah Gilbert. The reason they're confused is there's love here. Well, if I love someone, they should, love me back. Kind of a thing. Well, yeah, unless you're an asshole. Then, love doesn't transcend that. If you've got somebody of high vibration, the DF, who's found themselves in their inner empress, and you've got low vibration, Mr. or Mrs. Burger King here, they're not going to go for you. Why are they going to degrade themselves and bring themselves down for this shit? They need to figure this out. Right? And they need to be vulnerable, which is what they're concerned about still. 9 of Swords. There it is. My discombobulated critter, 2 o'clock in the morning, pacing the kitchen with a bottle of whiskey. They're overthinking this, people. Their problem is they're not realizing why they're an asshole yet. They need to figure that out. We all do. Everybody does. That's something every single one of us needs to figure out. Even if you're the nicest person on earth. To some people, you come across as an asshole. Everybody does. You got to figure out why you're an asshole. It's a very important question to ask yourself. It's right on par with why do I love? Though that's an important question you need to ask yourself too, so that you understand what your own love language is. But you also need to know why you're an asshole. I know why I'm an asshole to some people. Because I speak my mind. I tell people what I think, and I don't care whether they like me or not. And that bothers them. It especially bothers Burger Kings. Because everybody likes this. This guy can trick anybody. Male or female, they can trick anybody. With illusion and money they don't have and whatever. A big stick, shall we say. Right? Got a big stick. Well, if it's big and you're an asshole, they can buy a plastic one that'll do just as good. And probably give them the same amount of emotion that Burger King would give. Why is the 9 of Swords here? The 2 of Pentacles, again, a match. 2 Pentacles, 2 Pentacles. This person doesn't get it. Alright? The energy around the connection as Venus starts to set in is they're being forced to ask why they're an asshole. Well, we're going to find out if they figure it out. We're going to find out, but they're back and forth. And they go back and forth on it. They want you, they don't. They want you, they don't. To all of you DFs, listen to me. I know you're watching this reading, right? I get that. But I don't want you to care. I want you to watch this reading the way you might watch a TV show or something. I don't want you to care whether this person figures it out or not. I want you to figure out why you're awesome. Why you're the Empress. Why you can attract. And that energy around you will attract things to you. But you can't think about that energy too. You have to just be it. Right? It's like I tell you when I go on walks, I'm like the Pied Piper, right? Because I have that Empress energy around me. It attracts people. I don't want that. I'm not thinking, oh, I hope I attract people to that. If I was, I probably wouldn't. But I would also kill my own Empress energy by doing it, so I don't. I just let it flow, just whatever. This person, nothing's flowing here. Do you see any flow? You see 9 swords and 2 pentacles and 2 swords. Nothing's flowing for them. He doesn't know he serves bad food. All right? Why is the King of Wands here? The King of Wands, the Burger King, showing up in their emotions, in how they feel, is telling to me. It's telling that they don't get it 100%. I think Venus is going to help anyway with the other energies around, make them get it. They're going to realize why you're not running toward them and chasing them. It is the planet of attraction. But it's also, in my opinion, the wounded lover. You know, maybe we won't call Venus the wounded warrior. Maybe we'll call it the wounded lover. It's probably better. Probably more accurate. And when you're wounded, the best thing you can do is figure out why. Because until you figure out why, you can't fix it. And usually it's something within ourselves. Giving somebody else the power over us to run our happiness. That's wrong. Nobody should have that power. Nobody. You know? Let's go. King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 10 swords in the back of a bison. 10 swords. Even the universe is saying the affecting energy, what Venus is going to do, and underneath this, I just caught a glimpse of it, is the Ace of Wands. I'll show you the affecting energy. I don't always look because it's not necessary. But here it is to show this to you. Even the universe, they need to put an end to this behavior for a new beginning to happen. But this is a reading of how it's affecting them, this Venus energy. I think for a lot of them, they're going to figure it out. That's the scary part. That's the scary part, but I don't know that they'll do anything about it once they do. Although we are clarifying in a Knight of Cups with this whole reading. It's very interesting. However, we saw the lovers after the cut. You know. But of course, in the pre-shuffle, we did see a card of victory sandwiched between shit. Okay? Yeah. Knight of Swords. Their temptation is to run. They're a runner. Your person is a runner. Their temptation is to not do the work. 10 of Swords, whatever. You know, like that. And run. But he's flying right toward the 2 of Pentacles. They can't let this go. I'm curious what the next card is. I love tarot. I do. It cracks me up every fucking time. Because I know what the energy here is. But they can't, right? I said he's flying toward the 2 of Pentacles. They can't run. No, they can't. The universe won't let them. That's why there's an Ace of Wands underneath here. And a Queen of Swords underneath that. She knows the truth, male or female. They can't. It's going to keep... The minute they run... It's like the prison yard analogy I give you. Yeah, you've been locked in your cell all day. They let you out in the yard. You can book it. Maybe it's one of them big yards, like a football field, you know? You can run, Forrest, run. But you're going to hit a fence at the end of it. They can run as far as they want. There's a fence here. There's a huge connection here. And they're not going to run from their thoughts. This person needs to figure out why they're the Burger King, and the universe is hell-bent that they're going to do it. It says they will. It says there's a second chance here. They run away and then they want a second chance. They run away and then they want a third chance. They run away and then they want... I've been watching this all year. I've been following this cycle all fucking year here on YouTube. This sums up my year on YouTube right here. The Burger King doesn't know why they're an asshole. So they run and they're like, well, if you're not going to chase me, come kneel before Zod. Well, then fuck you. And they run and then the universe drags them back. Just like the prison guards would if you tried to climb that fence at the end of it. Right? Those guys that come down there, actually they probably just shoot you depending on the prison. But in my analogy, they're nice guards and they don't shoot first. They just grab you and pull you down off the fence. Alright, the Fool. Why is the Fool here? Now there's 2 energies, A side, B side. A side, They see you moving on. They see you getting it together, energetically or in the 3D or both. But they also want to come towards you. But this is a joke. They want to come towards you. It's a fool. It's the zero card. They want to start over. Oh, cause we could just start over. Yeah, but asshole, we can't start over if you're still the same asshole. A lot of you, I see it on Twitter, are tweeting these tweets like, I hope they come in, I hope they come in. Like I told you in the beginning, they're going to come in when they come in. You don't want an uncooked turkey. You want the same asshole back. The same thing's going to happen. Why do you want to put your hand in the meat grinder a second time? Why do you want to put your heart in the meat grinder a second time with someone who's still Burger King? It's called a fucking meat grinder. What it does is in the name. Right? And believe me, there's no meat grinders at Burger King. Alright? 100% beef, my ass. In my opinion. Okay? 100% beef can mean the lips and asses too. That's still beef. You know? Hooves and anus. God knows what's in there. In my opinion. Oh, Shelly's gonna be so happy when we get sued by Burger King. She gonna love it. She gonna love it. I'm gonna be her favorite client. Oh, that son of a bitch got a YouTube channel and he got sued by Burger King. Son of a... God, I can hear her now. It's great. Ah, I love making people happy. She said she likes going to court. I'll give her something to go to court for. I'm your guy. You like going to court? All right, the Fool. Why is it here? Pipe dreams. 9 of Wands. They can't let this go, but they can't come towards it either. It's like a pipe dream. I see it here. It's fairy tales. It's the next card out. That makes sense. 9 of Wands. Yep. Temperance. Oh, that's nice. They see you as being patient. They see you as healing energy. You are healing energy to this person. There's a lack of understanding here about this person and who they are. It's a very existential question. Who am I? Who we are is in our soul. That's who we really are. And this person here hasn't found that yet. Venus is helping. The energy is helping. They see you finding it. They do. And they also see that this connection is healing to them. Yeah. Queen of Cups. They see you as Temperance and the Queen of Cups. What do they really feel about you? They love you. And God, I want to pull a card on that. Just give me a second. Because I want to say they see you. How do they feel about you? They love you. And they want to come towards you. But they're willing to be patient to wait for you to do that. This is like come kneel before Zod energy. It pisses me off to no end. It does. You cast me off. You're the one who was the asshole, right? Talking from the DM perspective or the DF perspective, and now I'm going to come back to you, crawling back. No, Empress doesn't do that, motherfucker. Oh, no. I'm just going to pull one card on Temperance here from the Little Light Seer deck. Just give me a second. All right, let me see here. What is this? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Look at, Jesus, there we go. I pulled 2. Oh, my God. Yeah. I'm willing to be patient and wait for you. Okay? How do they see you? It's amazing how they see you. They feel the connection. They know you're the Empress. They have love for you. But this Temperance energy is very strange. It's them. How they feel about you is that you're patient, but there's also a second energy of they're patient for this to happen. Yes, but they can't be patient. You're evolving into this. The universe has made it very clear. Your tits are amazing, male or female. All right? You can attract things like crazy. You know, just walking down the street, if you're in your full Empress energy, you will attract people. People will just come up and say hi. Hi. And what is full Empress energy? It's not worrying about outcomes of things. It's not overthinking things. It's not worrying about what your destiny is. It's setting your intention and getting on with your damn life in the 3D. That's what it is. That's all. There's nothing more attractive than confidence. Especially confidence with I don't give a shit attached to it. I know good stuff is good. That's, you know, and there's a difference between that and arrogance. you know, it's a confidence of, it's just an energy that comes out that this person, I want to know this person because they just don't care whether they know me or not. And that's cool. It's kind of cool in itself. It's so hard to put into words what the energy is, because it's not an uncaring person. Because I have that energy, and you all know I care, right? You know that it's like an energy of, I care about you, and if you want to know me, you can, but if you don't, I don't care. Okay, it's like that. It's that kind of thing. This person needs to get past this Burger King behavior. They do. They need to get past it. Why is it? Let's see what the universe has to say. That was just a little sideline. I'm blown away those came out after all that shuffling. The Ten of Cups. Tell me about fairyland here. It's fairyland until they do. All right, and the final outcome here is going to be very telling, because it could go either way. It's back and forth. Here we go. We have it here in the beginning too. They try to get away. They don't want to look at it. The universe says, look at it. Forces them to stare at it. Meanwhile, they feel all this love for you, yet come kneel, want you to come kneel before Zod. Yeah, this lady don't kneel before anything, motherfucker. Nope. Nope, nope. You call me. That kind of thing. 10 Cups. So tell me about fairyland here. And they all lived happily ever after. Yeah, in their fucking daydreams. Sure. And they are daydreaming about you. It is here. I know you don't think that's true, but they are. Think about it. Some of your people are in relationships that they don't even love, that they don't even like. Good Lord. You're in there spank bank something fierce. Are you kidding me? Probably think about you while they're with somebody that they don't love or don't like. People do that all the time. It's what they do. It's how half of the people that are married get through the marriage. The other half get divorced. According to the divorce statistics, which are low because most people stay in stuff that they're not happy with out of feelings of obligation or whatever. So it doesn't mean the other half that don't get divorced are happy. In fact, probably about 70% of those are not. Because they married the wrong person for the wrong reasons, and they had Burger King behavior, they didn't go on a journey, and they didn't whatever. That's why these connections are special. That's why it's important you're in these connections. It's not a punishment. You're being prepared for something coming in the future. I've told you that before. You've got to find this energy. You've got to get into this. If you don't, you're blowing a great opportunity, because one way or another, whether it's this person, and snowball's chance in hell of that, or whether it's somebody else that comes along, like I told you in the beginning, you've got to be the right person when the right person shows up. You can't be some whiny, snivelly little thing worried about, I'm gonna on your first date talking about some DM, and they did this, and then they did that, and then they did this, and then they did that. And sometime at the end of the evening, you finally say to the other person, so tell me about you. By then, they've already checked out. They're done. I mean, they might still bang you if you look like that, but that's it. As some sort of reward for listening to you whine all night, kind of a thing. No, you got to be the right person when the right person shows up. Nobody wants to listen to that, no matter how hot you are. And nobody wants to hear about it. 10 of Cups. I do, but it's my job. I'm not dating you. All right? If you're going to come out here and come on a date with me, you better shut up. I don't want to talk about no DM. All right? 10 of Cups. Whoever it is, I don't care. All right, 10 of Cups. I'll take you to fucking Burger King. Crossing the 10 of Cups is the Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning. It's all fairyland. It's fairy. Oh, look, the deck split. The moon is here too. When the deck splits, that's something. When it splits clean like that and I can pull a block off, the moon. It's all fairyland. It's all in the shadows. It's all in the night. It's all, they daydream about you. And night dream too. What's up top here? What else you want to tell me, universe? I already knew it was fairyland. Yeah, in their mind, they've got a whole future with you. Right? For some of you, you're probably the only reason they pop off when they're with somebody that they're with. Ace of Swords. That's interesting. It's the card of truth. It's Archangel Michael's sword of truth on top of fairyland. Interesting. truth and fairyland. But this here is read with the Nine of Swords. These cards are read together. This is read with the Nine of Swords. Pacing the kitchen. They're worried. They want to bring this into a reality. That's what the Venus energy is going to do here. It's going to make them want to, it's going to make them realize the truth, which in turn is going to cause them, it's like that moment you realize, you know, you sit around and you daydream about something, right? You daydream about whatever. And every once in a while, it's only human. You have, and you get excited about it most of the time when you're not dreaming. When you're not dreaming, you're excited that it might happen, and you're very thrilled, and you've got complete faith that it's going to happen. But every once in a while, we all have a lapse where you're daydreaming about something that you want for the future, and then you're just in your kitchen or something, and you're like, oh, this is never going to happen. My life sucks. It's this. It's just one of those moments. That's this moment. That's where they realize that it's fairyland, right? And it sends them into, and the truth of that sends them into the Nine of Swords. I think that's the moment of transformation here. The butterfly transformation is a butterfly on this card. There's transformation coming. The energy for it is there. Venus is very transformative. It can be. It attracts, but it attracts things that can transform your life. Love can transform your life. Money can transform your life. It attracts opportunities. It attracts people to you that can affect those opportunities, make them happen. I traced my life back on several whiteboards. Every ounce of my success is because of one person that I had a brief interaction with and worked with briefly one summer when I was completely down, rock bottom. I happened upon this person. We happened upon a conversation that, you know, I helped him out with something in a store, basically. He was talking about guitars, and I happened to mention something about it and how to set it up, and then we got into a conversation, and he got into a conversation, and then back and forth, and the next thing I know, 6 months later, my life is completely different because of that person. And that person just came out of nowhere. Just like that. It was a realization. This realization this person's having, right? Venus transforms things. It brings opportunities into your life to transform your life. It brings people into your life that you can love. It brings money opportunities, etc. It's bringing your person the opportunity to take a look, to meet themselves. That's the person. That's the great person they're going to meet. They meet themselves. You actually see the truth of who they are. That is just a fantasy land in their head. And it comes here to the Nine of Swords. Next card out. It's very important you understand these things. This is more than just a tarot reading. This is you understanding what's happening here. Many layers below. The next card out is the Ace of Pentacles. It's everything I just told you. It's slow to happen. But it's everything I just told you. I pointed to this, to transformation. My little story about that person I met at that one point that affected everything that happened in my life after that. And that was about 25 years ago, 24 years ago, something along those lines. Affected everything that happened in my life after that. Is right here. It's right here in this card. Here's the transformation right here. It's Venus's energy around here affecting change within your person. Whether should they choose to take it. Now they have free will. There's a lot of minor arcanas and court cards here on the table. The universe, with the major arcana Judgment here, says they've got no choice. It's going to keep coming around on a loop until they do. But they might still run from it. I'm not going to lie to you. They might. Their urge is to not even look at it. They've never looked at it before. You know. But I don't think it's enough. I think that's what the truth is. I don't think it's enough to keep you in the spank bank. I think they want the real deal. If nothing else, it will help them, much like you becoming your empress. It'll help you later in life for something else. You'll be ready for that great thing when it shows up. Because you won't be a person who's whining about some DM like a crazy person on a date going, you know, whatever. And they call their friend the next day. I was on a date with this chick last night. You would not believe. She kept nattering on about DM. I don't even know what the fuck she's talking. What the hell was a DM? I don't even know, you know, that kind of thing. Right? But it'll also help this person later in life too, for some reason. Who knows? Maybe they get over their Burger King ways and they meet somebody who would have blown them off again because they were Burger King. It benefits both parties. It's about balancing energy. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? This is going to be beautiful. The final outcome. Should I run or should I stay? Will I figure it out or will I won't? I don't know. I don't know. Two of Pentacles. I don't know. Why is it here? And no, I'm not going to say after these messages. I'm just shuffling. I know I had my after these messages voice going. After these messages. My radio voice. KSLT 69.69 on your FM dial. Alright, here we go. Two of Pentacles. I almost went into radio one time. I'd have probably been pretty good. We'll never know. Alright, the Two of Pentacles. Crossing this right here. High Priestess. What's fueling it? The Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, in a lot of ways, is Empress energy. It's like Minor Arcana Empress energy. In their intuition, they know, whether they admit it in the 3D or not, they know that you're the shit compared to them. That you're further along than they are. I don't know if they figure it out or not. These cards would indicate they might. Strength. That's good. They're fighting their own urge to run. That's good. I see that with the intuition here. They're fighting their own urge to run. Lion here holding a rose from one of the Two of Cups in this deck. At the end of the day, I've got Judgment and Justice read together. This is a powerful combination of cards when Judgment and Justice comes out. I'm going to need to pull a couple extra cards. Because it is energy balancing. It is happiness. And balanced energy in the 3D means happiness. You hear me? I didn't. Give me a spread on this. Give me justice, universe. What does this mean? Because they have to come in at some point. And Venus is in Capricorn for a 4-month stint. Okay? This person has to figure this out. It's very clear that the lesson the Venus energy is trying to teach this person, along with the 11-11 energies and the new moon and the full moon and the moons that are going to occur and an eclipse that's going to occur in December. There's a lot of December energy at play too, you know, along with all of it. But this is just specific to the Venus energy. For a lot of you, they figure it out. Justice would tell me that. They figure out why they're an asshole. But there's a but here. Just give me a spread on this, universe. Okay. Why is Justice here? Yeah. I see it. It's the Magician. It is a lead into gold. It would say they figure it out. The Magician has all the tools they need, right? But it's the card of the Apprentice. It's a card of, it's a card of, you know, someone learning their craft a little bit. You know, he's a newbie. Alright? Alright, what's at the top? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're getting over the urge to cast away things that don't, you know, that might be benefiting them. And it's taken quite a spell with the Star for them to figure it out. The Star tells me, at the bottom of the deck here is the 9 of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. 9s are a completion in the tarot. 10s are a completion that leads to a new beginning. 9s are the end. This is emotional fulfillment. It's a wish fulfilled, which is very kind of good English, which is kind of funny because this was at the top of the deck, above it. So it would be like this. It would be the Star, a wish, a delayed wish, and this is a wish fulfilled, affecting it at the bottom. It's the card that would be crossing the Star. That's the order you want them in, okay? Because if they're in the other order, it's a wish that you're hoping for that's delayed. In this case here, it's a wish delayed that shows up. So for a lot of you, the Burger King's going to wake the fuck up. I believe that's true. I pulled an extra reading to try to find out. I'm going to pull some cards from the universe. Your person's very stubborn. I see it here in the Strength card too. And the Strength card's red with this. They're fighting their own urge to run away from it, to not look at it. I don't mean run away. I just mean not look at the issues. Venus tends to well things up, and when it's in an earthy, grounded energy like Capricorn, it tends to make you think very practically about, okay, why isn't, and we see it here, why isn't this person chasing me? Right? The Burger King is saying that. Well, they're not chasing you because they don't have to. They're chasing themselves. They're finding themselves. That's what they got to figure out here. And like I said, this forms the basis for a lot of the readings. This is the baseline energy for a lot of the readings over the next few months. Is the Burger King figuring out that their food is shit? Give me 3 cards, universe. Sum this up for me. Add this shit all up. What do we got here? Okay. Yeah. One of the cards that drives communication, the 5 of Cups. Sadness. Loss. Why aren't they chasing? That horse is like, why is no one riding me? Why is no one riding me? You know, yeah. Well, no one's riding you because you're an asshole. Okay. The 4 of Wands is the center card. And the 7 of Cups is the third card. And my crossing card from the top, crossing the 4 of Wands, drum roll please, is fear and holding back. This is someone who holds back how they feel, and it costs them everything. It costs them 4 of Wands. It's been doing it their whole life. The 7 of Cups is a card of figuring it out, of options, it's another card of illusions in many ways. Fairy tales, like the 10 here. This person is delusional. What the 7 of Cups is telling me. They're delusional. They think that they're just fine. Their ego and pride is running the show. The soul is very, very minute in there. And Venus is helping to ignite that soul. I see it here. And it's taken a fucking spell for it to happen. And speaking of spells, that's what the magician casts. This here, it really is a lead into gold situation of someone who usually blows things off, finally figuring it out. But you know, this Venus cycle, it's pretty crazy. They are putting up resistance to it. The 7 of Wands is left at the bottom of the deck. This is someone who's a little bit defensive about it. They're worried about coming in. But it looks like they do. And this is why the Knight of Cups was here. I've been wondering for almost the whole reading until we got here why the Knight of Cups is here. Why is this the overall energy? Because they do figure it out. Because they do. I don't know whether they're showing up in perfectly balanced Emperor the way you want them, but for a lot of you, this Venus energy is going to be beneficial to these connections. Somebody is figuring, which is in part why the no contact order is in place from the universe. Let them sit in it. Let this turkey keep cooking. Okay? It's very important. It comes up in every reading. It's very important. Now what I'm going to do in the extended, this is very interesting. I'm going to pull on the Burger King here, on this behavior, on why they're like that. But I'm also going to, and I'm not worried about this card. This is them wanting to escape. Yeah, but ignoring the behavior. Yeah, they're a carpet sweeper. Big fucking, thanks for the epiphany, universe. But this here, the Judgment card on top of it. Why the fuck does the universe care so much here? Okay? It does. It's using everything at its disposal. It's throwing the kitchen sink at these connections. It's blowing my mind. It's blowing a lot of powerful energy readers' minds. People that are tracking these cycles and track them because, you know, balanced energy. If we're out of balance as an energy reader, we're out of balance when the collective's out of balance, and the collective's been out of balance. Half the reason I'm out here on YouTube, I'm trying to help. Even if it's only 50,000 people in a small segment, I got to do something because the energy's just going crazy. Why does the universe care so much here, though? I mean, I get it. Energy's out of balance. But it seems to really care about the two parties involved individually. It usually doesn't try this hard. Let's find out why. I'm going to pull and extend it if you want it. A lot of you may not. I don't know. But if you're interested in these connections, and you should be because it's something you're a part of, why not know as much about it as you can? It's there for you. Links in the description. I hope, at the very least, this reading was helpful. Your person, it looks like, is going to try to, with the Venus energy, is going to be forced to take a look at why they're an asshole. Why you didn't chase them. as much as they wanted. Even if you, and I'm going to say this, even if you chased this person like crazy, you were crazy, right? The crazy lady of the neighborhood, male or female, chasing this person. It wouldn't have been enough for them. It's never enough. It's never enough. You know, it never is until this behavior is fixed. And I feel that very strong off that card. These cards, these Knight of Wands and these Emperor, out of balance Emperors have been coming up the whole time I've been here. I've never pulled these cards so much. The last soulmate cycle, I never saw a fucking Knight of Wands or King of Wands. Did I call it a Knight again? I did. See? See what I'm saying? It's not a king. It's we got to pull on this. I got to do the extended. Why do I keep calling these a fucking Knight? That's my first question in the extended. All right. If you want it, it's there for you. Links in the description. I hope this reading was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers and everyone who shares. All right? I really do. Everyone who watches. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. It's fine. I cry a little each night, though. You should know. Anyway, I don't. I'm just kidding. All right. Good luck, everyone. If you want the extended, it's in the description. Should be very interesting, to say the least.